Alright everybody, in this video we're gonna learn some useful attributes in HTML. So let's get started. And if you wouldn't mind, please help me out by smashing the like and subscribe button. So we're back with Visual Studio Code, and first of all let's add our head and the body tag. So an easy way to do that is add an exclamation mark and then hit tab or enter. And here we have our sample HTML. Here we have our dog type, our head and the body. So in this video, as we're gonna learn attributes, let's change the title to attributes. So the first attribute we're gonna learn in this video is called the Href attribute. So this attribute is used to add hyperlinks to our web page. So let's look at an example. Let's add our a tag. Oops, like that. It's our anchor tag, and then inside the anchor tag we're gonna write href. It's our href attribute, and inside the href attribute we're gonna write the website link that we're gonna visit to after clicking the link. So let's go to Google, https / okay, I have to add a colon here, and then google.com. And inside the tags we're gonna write some text. Let's write Google. And then now if we go back to our website, we can see we have a link which is Google. If we click this, it's gonna take us to Google. So you can also add a link from your web page instead of somewhere else. So let's create another HTML file. Let's call it index2.html, like that. And here we can also add some sample HTML by writing exclamation, and here we go. Now inside we can write this is code dude, like this. Now if we change this href to the name of this file, index2.html, this one. Now if we go back to our web page and then click this, it's gonna take us to this page which says this is code dude. So this is how our href attribute works. So the next attribute we're gonna learn is the source attribute. The source attribute is written like Src. This stands for source. So this attribute is used to link files to our web page. So let's say we want to add an image to our web page. So here I have an image of a subscribe button. So let's move this inside our website folder. Here we can see this is our subscribe button. So let's add this image to our web page. So first of all we need to add our img, which is the image tag, and here we can see the source attribute. Inside the source attribute we're gonna write the file name. So let's write YouTube. So here now if we go back to our web page, we can see the subscribe button appeared. Here you can add many other files as well. So let's add another JavaScript file. So this is not writing JavaScript, we're just gonna add some files. So let's create a JavaScript file which is index.js. That's our JavaScript file. Let's say we want to add our JavaScript file to the index.html. So to do that we're gonna write script, which is the JavaScript tag, and then inside the first one we're gonna write src and then hit enter. Now we can write the file name of our JavaScript. So let's write index.js. So now the JavaScript file is linked to our web page. So like that we can add many types of file to our web page. If you want to learn how to add images or videos to our web page, you can watch this video. So the next attribute we're gonna learn is the width and the height attribute. So this attribute is used to change the width and the height of the image we're trying to load in the web page. So first of all let's add the subscribe button image again. So let's write img, and in the source we're gonna write YouTube subscribe png. Now we can see this image is way too big to fit in our web page. So what we want to do is add some attributes to make it a little smaller. So let's first add the width attribute. So here we can see the width attribute. So let's go for 220 pixels. Here now we can see this is much smaller now. And the height attribute is used when the image is too large in height and then you want to make it smaller. So let's add another height attribute like that. Now if we put our height as let's say 20 pixels, and that's gonna make our subscribe button super skinny, as we have set our height to 20 pixels. So to add some properties to your images like width and height, we're gonna use these attributes. So that's how our width and height attributes work. So we're back with another attribute, which is called the alt attribute. So this attribute is used to replace the image with some text when the image is broken. So here I have the subscribe button once again from the previous example. So let's erase the height and then write our alt attribute. So here we have the alt attribute. Now let's say this picture is broken. Let's write some random things here, and then we can see this image is not showing anymore because there's no such file with this name. So in the alt we can write some text which is going to represent this image. So let's write this image is a subscribe button like that. Now if we go back to our web page, we can see this says this image is a subscribe button, which is exactly what we have written in the alt. But if you go back and then fix this file, let's write the actual thing. Now we can see we have our subscribe button like normal. So the alt attribute stands for alternative. So when this is broken, the alternative is gonna show. So that's how our alt attributes work. So the last attribute we're gonna learn in this video is gonna be the style attribute. So this is basically a CSS attribute which adds styles to our elements. So let's write something. Let's write something in a paragraph tag. So let's write this is code dude like that. And now if we go to our website, we can see the text pops up. Now let's say we want to make the whole text red. So to do that, we're gonna go to the first tag, then we're gonna use the style attribute. So let's write style like that, and then we have some quotation marks. Let's write the color is gonna be red. Let's write red. Now if you go back to our web page, we can see the text color is now red. And now we can add some more attributes. Let's go for font size. Let's make it very big, 48 pixels. So that's very big. Now we can see the text is very big. What if we want to add more than one styles? So to do that, we have to separate those two styles with a semicolon. So let's say we want to make it bigger and then red. So now after separating with a semicolon, we can write color equals to red. Just like that. Now if we go back, we can see the font size is bigger and the color is red. So we can add as many styles as we want. So yeah, that's how our style attributes work. So that's it for today's video. If you liked it and want to appreciate my effort, you can click the like button and subscribe if you think HTML is fun.